Hi guys, again this is Engineer HB and welcome back to Derive. So, dito pa rin tayo sa Algebra and we're going to continue answering problem for variation problem. So, 2 items lang to kasi naka 3 items na tayo kanina with a total of 5 items. So, let us start this. Ang sabi ng problem ay the horsepower which a shaft can transmit varies as the cube of the diameter and the angular speed. If a 75 millimeter diameter shaft transmits 270 HP when turning 1000 RPM, find the horsepower which can be transmitted by a 125 millimeter shaft rotating 1500 RPM. Find also the RPM of a 50 millimeter shaft if it transmits 100 horsepower. So isa-isayin natin uli to assign letters. So sabi dito horsepower, so let HP represents the horsepower which a shaft can transmit varies as the cube of the diameter. So meron tayong diameter dito, pwede nating sabihin D represents the diameter. At sabi, angular speed. So, omega ulit. The angular speed. So, ang sabi, the horsepower, so tatlo lang pala, the horsepower which shaft can transmit varies as the cube of diameter and the angular speed. Meaning, HP is equal to K D cube omega, and K represents the constant of proportionality because of this relationship. Okay, ang sabi, if a 75 millimeters diameter shaft, so that was 75 millimeter diameter shaft, so be careful again sa unit guys, inuulit-ulit ko yan, transmits 270 horsepower when turning 1000 RPM. So, pwede nating makuha ang K dyan, pero tuloy-tuloy ko nang basahin. So, ang sabi naman, find the horsepower. So, horsepower which can be transmitted by a 125 millimeter diameter shaft. So, that was KD cube. So, that was 125 cube times the omega, which is 1500 RPM. So, malapit nating makuha ang HP rito, basta makuha na natin yung K. And in order to get the K, we need to compute for this constant of proportionality here. So, that will become 270 divided by 75 cube and divided by 1000. So, that was 6.4 times 10 to the negative 7. So, pasok lang natin dito yan, guys. So, that will become 6.4 times 10 to the negative 7 times 125 cube times 1,500. So, expect it na lalaki kasi lumaki yung diameter natin from 125 from 75 to 125 and our RPM from 1,000 to 1,500. So 6.4 times 10 raised to negative 7 times 125 cube times 1,500. So our horsepower here is 1,875. Okay. But the thing is, hindi lang isa ang tanong dito, kundi dalawa. Ang sabi, find the RPM of a 50 millimeter shaft if it transmits 100 horsepower. So, ang hinahanap naman is the omega in RPM if the diameter shaft is 50 mm na lang and the power is 100 HP. Okay, so same relationship that we are going to use, which is this. So that was HP is equal to K D cube W or omega. So ang hinahanap naman natin is omega given yung diameter and power. But ano ang gagamitin natin constant of proportionality? So we all know that constant of proportionality is, of course, constant in every relationship that we are using. Kung anong kay dito, yun din gamit natin yan. And of course, yan din ang gagamitin pa rin natin. So our HP is 100. Maglagay lang ako ng line dyan. Is equal to K, which is 6.4 times 10 raised to negative 7 times 50 cube times the omega, which is the unknown. So the answer is 6.4 times 10 raised to negative 7 times 50 cube. So 100, divide mo yon. So the answer is 1,250 RPM. So the answer is 1,250 RPM. And of course, the power is 1,875 horsepower. Okay, so proceed tayo sa last item. Ang sabi, the load of a horizontal beam supported at the ends varies jointly as the breadth and the square of the depth of the beam, and inversely as the length between supports. If a beam 75 mm wide, 200 mm deep, and 5 meters long can safely support a load of 6,700 Newton, find the length of a beam 150 millimeters in width, 150 millimeters in deep, and supporting a safe load of 10,000 Newton. Again, let us represent letters. Sabi, meron tayong load dito. So let L, load. A horizontal beam supported at the ends varies jointly as the breadth. So pwede natin sabihin small b for breadth. The square of the depth of the beam. So meron tayong breadth here and meron din tayong depth here. So that will become depth. And inversely as the length between supports. So meron tayong length between supports. So are we going to represent this? Kasi meron tayong load doon. So pwede nating sabihin W na lang ito. Kasi load naman siya. And let the letter L become the length between supports. Okay, so kompleto na tayo mag-assign. So let us proceed for the relationship. Sabi, the load of a horizontal beam supported at the ends. Ay, W pala to, no? Kasi pinalitan natin. Supported at the ends varies jointly as the breadth and the square of the depth of the beam and inversely as the length between the supports. So meaning our load is equivalent to K B D squared over L, as K is your constant of proportionality. Sabi, if a beam is 75 mm, 200 millimeters deep, and 5 meters long, can safely support a weight of 6,700 newtons. Find the length of a beam. Sabi, length of a beam, kapag daw ang breadth niya or wide is 150 millimeters, ang deep is 150 mm also, and with a safe load of 10,000 Newton. And of course, as usual, in order for us to get this unknown, we should get first the constant of proportionality. So pwede nating lagay dito. So that will become W is 6,700 Newton. Again, guys, be careful for the units. Dapat pare-parehas yan. 6,700 is equal to K times 75 times 200 squared all over length, which is 5. So our constant is 6,700 times 5 divided by 75 divided by 200 squared. So that was 67 over 6,000. So masasagutan na natin itong length na hinahanap, which is ang ating weight or safe load is 10,000 newtons is equal to 67 over 6,000 times the, what you call that, the breadth or the width, which is 150 mm. So parehas namang mm. Of course, the depth is 150 squared. So parehas namang mm and mm. So ang ilalim natin ay yun ang hinahanap, which is L. So dito na lang natin ilagay sa taas ang final answer. So that will become 67 or 6 over 6,000 times 150 times 150 squared divided by 10,000. Tama ba? So that was 67 divided by 6,000 times 150 times 150 squared divided by 10,000. So the answer is, ang length natin ay magiging 37.6875, what you call that, meters long. So that will be the length between supports. So that was 37.6875 meters. So I will recompute lang kung talagang humaba nga. So our 6,700 times 5 divided by 75 divided by 200 square, our constant of proportionality is 67 over 6,000 times BD squared over L. So ang hinahanap natin is L. So multiply natin ng B, which is 150 times depth of 150 squared. Of course, all over our weight. So our weight is 10,000 newtons. Okay, so the length between support will become 37.7 or 0.6875 meters. Okay, so that's all for the variation problems. Nakapagsagot tayo ng 5 questions and I hope na kahit paano nakapag-review kayo at nakatulong ako. So, see you on my next videos. So, please subscribe to my channel and please visit our Facebook page na nakalagay sa ating description and link. Okay, so thank you again for listening. God bless you all, guys. Bye-bye.